Alright guys, we have a bombshell sponsor. I would like to thank I Define Hair for sponsoring today's video. So if you guys would like to see how I was able to achieve this gorgeous, sexy, sultry, short, bombshell, sassy look, then keep on watching. Alright girls, let's get into this fabulous unit. So let me just say this. When I first received this beautiful unit, I did try it on because I was so excited, and I'm gonna be honest, I started playing in it and I started styling it and, you know, just getting a feel for the hair, and it is so beautiful. It is pre-cut. I love that. So what I noticed about this unit that I wish more companies would take into consideration is putting in an adjustable strap that you can maneuver back and forth with, especially if your head is just a little bit smaller. They still put combs in, so they were still considerate enough to put combs in. So you're gonna have two combs on the side, as well as a comb here in the back. Now guys, the wig came styled already, but you guys know how I am. I am a glamour girl at heart, and despite the fact that it was styled already, I kind of just wanted to play around with it. All right, so this is literally how the unit comes styled, okay? So if you just wanted to wear it straight out the box, you absolutely could. Now, for me, I would probably, you know, do some adjustments, but I would probably do something like this, you know, just wear it back behind my ear or something like that. But what I want to do is try to style it the way that it looks on the picture. It is gorgeous. Let's see, on the picture, I'm noticing that she has this part right here going back a little bit. This part right here is coming down and over. And then it looks like there is just a little bit more volume right here. I just kind of want to get it, you know, a little bit controlled. Y'all, this hair is gorgeous. It's so fluffy, and then it looks realistic. You know, this is definitely a cute little corporate baddie bombshell unit. If you are busy and you have a lot going on and you don't want to spend an hour getting ready for work fussing with your hair, this is going to be the perfect unit. This is versatile. You can do a lot with it. Now guys, this is 12 inches and it does have these gorgeous highlights in it. Like these look like kind of chocolate chestnut brown highlights. And then you have the deep chocolate brown ombre on the unit as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do now that we got everything controlled, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Suave hairspray at the root. And guys, this is gonna help, you know, when we go in and add our volume. It also helps with flyaways. I'm actually gonna go ahead and start the curling process. So I'm gonna curl this first piece going back. Okay, so basically all I did was curl this piece going away from my face, and then I just back combed it. If you don't have any Velcro rollers, that's fine, girl. You don't have to do this, but y'all know how I am. You can always just curl the hair and let the curls cool off. The middle layers we're gonna curl under, and then the bottom layers we are going to curl flipped. Ooh, I feel so pretty and sophisticated. Okay, so let's take these out. All right. I want to give it just a little bit of volume here at the root, and that's going to balance everything out. And so when I tease my hair, I just go down like this. And then this piece, we're going to do the same thing. And then like this, and then I'll just kind of like to comb everything together. Hi girls, so this is the final look. It is so pretty. I freaking love it. I feel like a gorgeous pageant queen. So let me go with the specs. This is a 5x5 unit. It is 12 inches. It is wavy. It has gorgeous brown, like chocolate brown at the bottom with chestnut brown highlights on it. It is so pretty. What I'm gonna do is encourage that you girls head over to I Define Hair and grab your unit today. They are hosting a Black Friday sale. Also, if I Define is gracious enough to offer us an additional discount code, I'll make sure that I link that information below as well. I would like to thank I Define for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on to the vlog. Hey girls, welcome back to another vlog. So we're about to jump straight in. So first of all, I would like to thank L'Oreal for sponsoring this portion of today's video. No, but seriously guys, I think I told y'all that L'Oreal has added me to their PR list and I am so grateful. Yesterday they sent over this beautiful package. I opened it already, but this is how it came. And then when you unfold the paper, you have these amazing products, and so this is a part of their gloss line. So the first thing that they sent over is a moisturizer, 21-in-1 spray. The next thing that was in the box was this slick back cream, and yes, it does slick your hair back. This is for all hair types, guys. I have very curly, coily hair, and this absolutely does the job. So the next item that was sent over is a bond repair oil and serum. So this is oil as well as a serum, and it smells amazing. What I like about this is that, again, it's for all hair types. It does coat your hair, and it gives it just enough. Like for me, because I do have curly hair, I need something that's not exactly gonna weigh my hair down, but that's just gonna coat my curls just enough. And this absolutely does the trick. And last but not least, girl, is they sent over the hairspray. And y'all, when I tell you, I have never smelled anything. Y'all, this smells so amazing. I'm like, girl, can I use this as a perfume? Those are the products that they sent over. L'Oreal, thank you so much for even recognizing me, guys. I feel so seen and so loved. And this is just a little bit of advice that I would like to give to the up and coming girls out there. When you talk in your vlogs, I think it is so important that you are intentional. That does not mean to compromise your personality. It doesn't mean to try to not be who you are, but it does mean to be intentional about the things that you talk about. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the heels have eyes, honey. And I say that because the algorithm is very strong, but not only is it strong, AI is even stronger. And just in my last vlog, I was telling you guys of how a tech company reached out to me and sent me over a 32-inch meg pad simply because I talked about my desire of wanting to get back into technology. I've had companies reach out and someone sent me a griddle, and so it's just be intentional about the things that you talk about. You know, if you want to get into home decor, start showing more centered around home decor and start talking about those types of things more. And I assure you companies will reach out. But what's even like more crazy about it is that I don't even tag anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here having these funny, fun, quirky conversations, and companies will hit me up, and I feel so grateful. I feel so blessed. You know, when you're doing content and sometimes you just hit a wall, you know what I mean? And I think for me, that's what happened too. Not only did I not feel like talking, I just got to the point of like, shit, I'm tired of creating content from the house. And I mean, I'm not implying that you guys were tired of watching, but I can assure you that I got tired of creating from home, you know, but it's just one of those things you just have to muscle through it because we know God loves when you are bold. And so it was just like, I think for me, I was projecting a lot. I was like, well, they don't want to see this. They don't want to see me at home all the time. But the bottom line is it's working. It is getting the attention of all of these companies that I never thought in a million years would reach out. I never thought that I would be doing a sponsorship from a technology company. You know, I never thought that I would even get something to the magnitude of a meg pad. And it just shows you that, you know, when you fight against those things and you fight against those internal voices, anything can happen. One thing that has opened up doors is my ability to speak clearly and articulately. I've had companies that hit me up and they did not even necessarily want to send me a product. They just wanted me to speak on behalf of a product. And I worked for this, I did a sponsorship for this one company, and it was like an intimate sex toy. They was like, we don't have to send you a toy. We just simply want you to bring awareness to our product because we like how you speak. Just the fact that companies will want to work with you simply based off of you speak really well. You guys know that I'm a pretty big nerd and I read a lot. In fact, these last days that I've not been uploading content, I have been reading a lot. And so if you want to become more articulate and you want to speak more clearly, I would encourage that you guys start reading more. That's all you have to do. And it does not necessarily have to be things that you are not interested in. Even if you want to get into more sensual, sexual, and salacious novels, whatever it is just simply going to help you read. It's going to simply help you speak better. So yeah, that's all of the advice I have for y'all. But right now, I'm about to get into my nerd girl era. And I am about to apply for a couple of positions. And then I want to start working on a few certifications that I've decided to get. That's going to further the Bombshell brand. But I'll get into that later. But anyway, girls, let me go ahead and start applying for these positions and start working on my certification. And I'll give you guys a call back later.
See me grabbing on the toilet. She talk smack on the boot. She say I got too many hoes. She say I got too many shows. But she twerk. 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 Hey, what's up, baby? I see you watching Versace like nigga. Might watch it rollin'. The hoe say holy moly, you stole it.
All right, girls, as you guys can see, old Bessie is on the road again. I received a text message this morning from the technician, and he was like, the part is here. I'm gonna come over after work and fix the car. So he came over, like he said, girls. He fixed the car in less than 2 hours. So we got to take it to the shop on Friday. He's going to flush out the transmission completely to get, any debris or what have you out of the transmission. I also found out that the last guy that we took the car to just to look at it, he drained the transmission out almost completely. So it was hardly any fluid in there. And I was asking the technician, I was like, why do you think he did that? He was like, so he could further damage the car so you could come back and get it fixed from him. He was like, that was just like basically low integrity. So yeah, we got that done. We got to get it washed. And then he's going to get arranged for the car wash detail. He's going to arrange for the inspection sticker as well as the transmission flush. And so all of that is covered. But I just want to say, if there is anyone out there going through a tough time, it could be a tough time mentally, financially, physically. If you are hyper independent like me, I implore you to contact your family and your support group. What I ended up having to do is just be honest about my struggles. I just had to confess to my family, like, I was just in a deep, dark depression, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get myself out of it. And so once I was just very honest about where I was, they were proactive. No one asked a question. No one was like, what do you need? Baby, they pulled up. Baby, my family, my friends, they pulled up. And I'm not going to lie, it is a different level of confidence unlocked. When you know that your family fuck with you and you know your friends fuck with you, it is a totally different level of confidence, because it really is a reflection of how I've shown up for people. Oh my God, it's been a long journey. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I said this already in the blog, but gosh, like y'all, I am not gonna lie, I just stopped blogging. I stopped blogging for 2 weeks because I was just tired of blogging from the house. I was complacent, and it's just like new level unlocked. And so, man, I feel so grateful, girls. Y'all have no idea. I just feel so grateful. I never thought like just being without transportation could take a toll on you. And when you live in a city like Houston is like a bustling city with no public, no really good public transportation. So you need a car to get around. And so now it's just going to open up so many doors. I feel so grateful. Today was an amazing day for me, girl. I got more accomplished before 4 o'clock in a long time. So I am officially a certified doctor. So call me Dr. Rock. Literally, I became a doctor in less than 4 hours. No, I'm just joking, but I did complete 2 certifications that I told you guys that I was working on. So I was able to get my bloodborne pathogens certification, bloodborne pathogen certification, and I was able to get my HIPAA certification. And so those are 2 things that I was, have wanted to acquire, and I did. I'm very excited, man. I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I don't know if I said this already, but he told me that I needed to drive the car for 50 miles. So we'll go do a little, a little spin around the city tomorrow. So yeah, but I think that's all I have to tell y'all right now. I'm just excited, but I need to get back to work, girl. My hours start at 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. because that's the time that those the vendors that I work with and the sponsors, that's the time, that's their hours. So Chinese hours. And so I got to get ready to log into work. And so yeah, let me go ahead and start working and stuff, and then I'm going to take a break in a couple of hours. I got to, just do a few more contract negotiations. And so we'll do that. And then I might come back and speak with you guys tonight. If not, I'll see y'all in the morning. Hey girls. Okay, I have been over here trying to fill in a few of these gaps in my wig. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but oh yeah, you can definitely tell. So y'all, a big chunk of the hair came out of this wig just because it's old, and I've been doing a lot of manipulation. This is kind of like my go-to interview wig, because it's just conservative enough. It's not too fly, but it's also not too plain. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to fill them bald spots in. But anyway, I was using my L'Oreal Magic Root Cover Up, and all I did was just kind of, just spray it on the bald spots, girl. So let me see if I need to fill anything else in. And so we have, girl, look. Oh, that one is not, okay, that one is not too bad. So I don't know in the last blog if I mentioned this or not, or if I edited it out. I can't remember. But I did mention that I was having a wig sale. But sometimes when I edit, I'll edit stuff out because I be feeling like it's too long. But if I did mention that, I probably mentioned that I was going to be selling like this short, really cute short wig. But I actually am going to be gifting that wig to a really close friend of mine who literally just beat cancer, guys. She called me last night as she finished up her last treatment, and she is cancer free. And so I just want to give God all of the glory for everything that he is doing and for the way that he's shown up. It has been a tough year. This friend is such a dear friend, and she's been there for me so and just a great regard. And so yes, she beat cancer, and we were talking last night, and she was just talking about her hair and stuff, and then she was just kind of saying that she was looking for a wig, and I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it, I got you covered. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna wash the wig, we're gonna style it really, really pretty and package it up, and we're gonna give it to her. So it's just like a little gift from the Bombshells to my friend. So yeah, that's what I got going on. But I want to be pretty today, so we're probably gonna take this wig off. I just needed to kind of fill it in a little bit with some of our L'Oreal Magic Root Touch-Up, Magic Root Cover-Up. I just wanted to touch it up a little bit so when I wear it again, it'll be ready. But yeah, girls, I'm switching from subject to subject because I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I'm gonna stop rambling. And I'll probably give you guys a call back once, I'm dressed and we're on our way to the dealership. Hey girls. All right, y'all like my hair. I've been over here working on this hair. I just did a sponsorship. I finished it up earlier. I need to edit it. But yeah, girl, I think this hair is so cute and so sophisticated. But it may be at the beginning of the vlog. So yes, girls, that's what I've been working on. Yeah, I didn't pick you guys up at the dealership because I ended up talking to one of the guys there. So we had a pretty pleasant conversation. And so by the time that was over with, I just kind of wanted to drive the car around, you know, and just pay attention to how it drove and if I heard any weird noises or anything like that. And so yeah, so these last couple of days have really just been me trying to get back on track. But girl, we gotta, you know, I gotta hurry up and finish these sponsorships and stuff so we can get out, baby, so Rock can be in the city, girl. We're about to have some Rock in the City episodes. Y'all know, like Sex in the City. So instead of Sex in the City, we're gonna have Rock in the City. So anyway, so I need to hurry up and get that done. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I had an interview the other day, literally an impromptu interview. So that happened, and then I had to walk away from a friendship, and I don't feel any way about it. So basically, long story short, I just want you girls to normalize walking away from things that don't serve you and walk away from people that are not there for you. And then also recognize currency, like money, currency is not just the physical sense of money or the digital sense of money. Currency comes in multiple forms. Currency can come in emotional, physical, mental. And if someone is being cheap with you in terms of their currency to you, their emotional currency, mental currency, leave them alone, especially if you know that you've been there to help them in their time of need. And also, this is a friendship that I had with a guy, and this was a platonic friendship. There was never no sex. We didn't do no sex. We didn't do no mattress mumbo. We wasn't down to the bed. It wasn't anything like that or whatever. But I also feel like sometimes when you have these platonic relationship with guys, despite the fact that they might be a decent guy, I think that a lot of times guys won't do anything to help you if they're not involved with you in an intimate or sexual way. I also feel like they think that, well, I'm not connected to you in that way. And there's no ownership there, you know, like they don't own you. And so it's kind of like, well, why should I help you? And that's fine if that is your, you know, if that's your thought process. But also what you shouldn't expect from me is for me to continue to be there for you, and you know what I'm going through. And so basically I just started to notice like this person is not showing up for me the way that I need them to. And it's just like, we cool or whatever, but you see what I'm going through, but you're not considering me. And what I mean by that is just like, you know, I'm like navigating. I'm like, shit, I got this interview. How am I going to get to this interview? I got this going on. I got this going on or whatever. Oh, I have to go drop my car off at the dealership and I don't know if they're going to have to keep it. Can you come pick me up? But they can never be there for you. But they can call you and trauma dump about things that's going on at work or in their personal life or whatever. But now you need help and they don't want to help you because they're not used to seeing you in a position of needing help. That's number one. And another thing, I'm gonna be honest, girls, another thing I have learned in this journey, because it's been a long journey. We have been without a car for 6 months, but one thing that I learned throughout this journey is that people will look at you and they figure like, well, you still doing your hair, you're still, you know, wearing your cute clothes and doing your makeup, you can't be doing that bad. They think that you should look like what you're going through. And when you don't look like what you're going through, they feel like they don't have to show up for you because it certainly can't be that bad. And so it's just, and then let me add this. I think sometimes when people look at you as an overachiever or someone who is extremely successful or who've always made a way and things have always happened for you, when things are not going so well, they secretly celebrate. They're secretly happy that you're going through something. And I don't know if that's the case or that was the case in this friendship. All I know is just like, throughout the years of our friendship, I've always shown up. You know what I'm saying? I've always helped. You needed a cover letter. You needed, you know, me to help you with this or come up with concepts, because that's another thing that I do behind the scenes. I actually help people come up with digital concepts and stuff like that. So if you want to market a digital product, I can help you come up with the marketing, the font, and all of that. And so I've helped him with that type of stuff. And so it's just kind of like, what I did is intellectual currency. So I help you in an intellectual way. But now I'm in I'm in a really unfortunate situation. I'm double dutching, like I talk about. I'm doing a financial double dutch. I'm trying to figure out how to get the car fixed. I need this, and throughout the process, I did not ask my friend for anything. My ex-friend, I didn't ask him for anything, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I haven't had to ask anyone for anything, because guess what? The people in my life fuck with me so much, they pulled up. I didn't have to ask them for anything because they pulled up. They were proactive, and I know everybody operates differently. But you know what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? And so finally, I did ask him, like, if they have to keep my car at the dealership, can you come pick me up? Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And it's just like, you're just being cheap in a sense, like cheap emotionally, cheap mentally, cheap financially, cheap in any capacity. But we'll call and be bragging about all of these this promotion, I got this bonus, I got this. And not that he doesn't owe me anything in terms of a financial thing, but this is a friendship. And it's just like you want to take and take and take. Like you want to be an emotional parasite. You want to take from me, but you don't want to pour into me. And that's not cool. And I just don't think that that's acceptable, because what I started to realize, I was like, you know what? Because I'm going to be honest, I kind of felt myself getting ready to do the Capricorn switch. And if y'all don't know what the Capricorn switch is, Capricorns have this thing that we do. We can just wake up one day and be done. It don't have to be a conversation. It's never going to be an argument. It's never going to be a confrontation. But we're just going to wake up one day and we're going to be done. And it was just like, I see how this person is just not showing up for me, but taking from me. And calling and, oh, this happened, man, listen to this, man, this dude. And it's just like, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead on and close the door, because I got my own shit going on. The only thing throughout this entire process I asked you for was to come and I said if, because I didn't even know if they was going to have to keep my car or not, because they had to do a transmission flush or whatever. So I didn't know or whatever. And so it was like all of these excuses, right? He didn't show up. It was an excuse. Luckily, they didn't have to keep the car and I was able to drive it home. But it's just, you get tired. You know what I'm saying? You just get tired. And you know that this person sees the things that you're going through. But again, because you're showing up, your hair still look nice, you still taking care of yourself in every way, they don't think that you need help. And so just normalize closing the door on those friendships. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I ended that friendship because I did not want the universe to think that I was calling that into my life. You know, sometimes when the universe see that you're willing to eat a boo-boo sandwich, it's going to keep serving you boo-boo sandwiches. And what I mean by that is, like, when the universe sees that you're willing to accept poor friendships, lack of reciprocity, lack of consideration, that's what you're going to continue to get. And so that's why sometimes you have to close those doors. And guess what? I don't feel no ways tired about it, because I know that I'm a good friend. I know that I've shown up, you know, and I don't feel any kind of way about it. When you go through things, that's when you get to see people for who they really are. They're happy that you're going through stuff or whatever, because it's just like, yeah, you know, oh, she finally down. The seasons change. It's not always going to be a season of dry bones. It's not always going to be that.
If you want to, you can be my daddy if you want to. Girl, let it out, girl. Turn it in like you came up out the south. And let cash a little harder, and she might let you dive in the water.
Hey girls. Okay, y'all, so I was on my way to take my friend this wig. I don't know if I told you guys this or not. This vlog has been kind of crazy all over the place. I'm just trying to, you know, get back on track with everything. But I have a friend and she beat cancer. So she finished all of her cancer treatments and she's cancer free. And so I'm taking her a wig. So that's what we're going to go do. And then we need to stop at Ulta because I need to get some, you know, something for my lips or whatever. So yeah. I need to do that, and then we're gonna come home. I don't know, I guess I'm just not used to like driving and this angle is just looking a little, looking a little funny. I'm trying to, get myself together. But anyway, so we're gonna go do that, stop at Ulta. I was trying to figure out something to eat. I didn't take any meat or anything out for tonight. I do have like a free coupon type of situation from Papa John's, but I'm like, I don't really want to be eating all that dough and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I need to try to figure something out for dinner. All right, girls, I'm back. The battery, the SD card was full, but anyway, y'all, my friend actually, I was gonna go meet her, she forgot, and now I'm like, I felt so bad. And so because I texted her, I was like, hey, I'm on my way. She called me right back and she was like, oh, I'm headed home. And I was just like, but anyway, we're gonna charge it to her head and not her heart. And so I'll just meet her later this week and we'll take it to her at that time. But right now, girls, we're still gonna go to Ulta. We got about 20 minutes to get there, but I already know what I want. So we're gonna do that. And then I was thinking for dinner, maybe I'll just get kava, something real quick, like a little kids meal or something like that. So because it's at this point it's after 5, it's actually approaching 6, so we'll do that. And then I need to, because last night when I hung up with y'all, I did not finish the sponsorship for the workout clothes, so I need to do that and do some editing and stuff. So not too much going on. I'm hoping that once I get caught up on all of these sponsorships and stuff, we can bring the fun back, you know what I'm saying, into the blogs. Now that we have a car, we can start getting out for a little cute little kiki around the town or dilly dally or whatever. So yeah, but anyway, I feel like I'm gonna start rambling at this point, so let me try to make it to Ulta and then I'll give you guys a call back. All right, girls, we are back. Let me try out this lip gloss. They were about to close, so that's why I didn't take you guys in there with me. So we have 2 different colors. So one is more like this looks more like kind of like a chocolatey looking color, and then of course this is a more of like a pearl color. So let's try the chocolatey. I normally get this really pretty mauve color from them, but girl, I guess they don't have it anymore. Oh, this is pretty. It's not too dark, so I don't really like super dark lips on me. I like a more nude lip. Yeah, this is pretty, but what I'm gonna do to lighten it up and make it more nude is add this on top just to balance it out. That's pretty. That is gorgeous. Yeah, but honestly, I would like it just a little bit lighter and just, a little bit more nude. In fact, you know what? Let me look, because I feel like the car is really not telling the full story. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. I'm going to go into the camera on my phone. Yeah, that's pretty. I don't know how it's showing up on camera, but it's cute. I just like, I don't know. I know I see people with red lipstick on and it always looks good on them, or just different color lips. But I just think for me, I just feel like I look my best with a really pretty like nude mauve type of look, Yeah, that's cute, but I definitely would yeah, I feel better with this. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, it just feels so surreal to have my car back. But I'm noticing the more I drive it, the better it drives. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm blocking y'all out. I'm just trying to look at this. I mean, it look okay. No, I don't know. We're gonna see. You know what, girls, we'll see when we get home. But anyway, like I was saying, it just feels so surreal to for the car to be working or whatever. And I'm just really, really happy. Oh my God, you don't even understand, girl. I don't know, I just feel like I've been in jail for 6 months. It has been 6 months since the car broke or whatever. So yeah, but I am back and straight again. Oh, you know what? I think I also want to get a kids meal from Papa's. Let me, if you guys don't know, my best friend put me onto this. Go to Papa's Barbecue and ask for the kids meal. And they give you a really nice portion. But let me see if they, you know, because people be acting like since we in a recession that, you know, they want to raise the prices super, super high. So let's see if it's still even, girl, let's see if it's still even $11. You know what I'm saying? All right, girls. Okay, so I found it. So basically, I like to get the brisket kids meal. It is $11. It does come with a kid size drink as well as a kid's side, and then of course the brisket itself. If you have a Papa's, girl, you can get the ham or the pulled pork kids meal. It's $7. The chicken breast, turkey sausage, turkey or sausage is $9, and then the meal I'm thinking about getting is $12. You can get the chicken tenders, which does come with fries. That's $7. I'm sorry, $9. Or you can get the grilled cheese. Why would you go to a barbecue place and get a grilled cheese if you're not a kid? But anyway, I digress. $7 for the grilled cheese, or you can just get straight macaroni and cheese, and that's $5. So yeah, girl. So I think we about to pull up on them real quick, and then we're gonna head to the house, girl. All right, let's get the air crack-a-lacking in here. Hold on. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Lord, y'all don't even much know, girl, how many times I have just said thank you, Jesus, for having the car back. You know, oh my goodness. Girl, jeez Louise. I just never want to be without a car again unless I live in a city where transportation is more reliable, you know? All right, girls, finally we are home, and I am tired, but I wanted to try this lip gloss again, you know, when we have like sufficient light or whatever. So let's try this again. So I have on Cormax, girl, not Cormax on my lips, but anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it doesn't look as bad, you know, now that I'm at home and I'm in the light or whatever, but it's still a little too dark. So we're still gonna go on top of it with this color and see. Oh yeah, that's the perfect. So I like this much better. And I have been enjoying my L'Oreal products. So as you guys can see, I kind of made the wig a little bit more sultry and sexy. So I just kind of, you know, rotated it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just twisted it a little bit. And I think what I'm also going to do is use some of my L'Oreal Slick Back Cream. And I'm going to just put this on the hair just to see if I can get like a natural wave out of it. So I don't have to, you know, like curl it. So we just going to do this. I'm going to go throughout it. And then I'm just going to let this dry on the hair overnight just to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I really like this look. You know, it's really cute and sophisticated. I just want to kind of get a little bit of the volume down from here, but you know, I think that this is a new little look for us, you know, kind of sexy, classy, you know what I'm saying? A little bougie. Love it. Yes, baby, I'm ready to be outside. You know, I'm really ready to be outside, girl. All right, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna let that dry or whatever. Oh my gosh, guys, I know, you know, I don't know if my energy has been low or whatever, but man, this has been like, it's like everything is coming together just all of a sudden. And you know how they just be like, suddenly, like your life can change overnight just in one phone call. That's how I feel. And it's just like, I keep hearing this voice that's reminding me like, you know, that things are about to get really, really good. Or they're already good, but they're about to get even better. And then I just had the weirdest freaking dream last night. So I had a dream that I was back with my ex. Oh, I don't even know how to explain. It's like we were back together And then, which y'all know that ain't happening. And then I went to his house. When I went to his house, it was my luggage was at his house, but when I looked in it, it was a girl, like some girl had all of her stuff in my luggage. And I started going through her stuff, and girl, why does she have all of these Fenty beauty products? Girl, she had the Fenty hair care, the Fenty the body cream, she had all of the lip glosses, she had everything, and everything was brand new, had never been opened. So girl, I basically went through her luggage and took all of that stuff or whatever, and then I left, you know, like I left and I never, you know, talked to him again or whatever. But right before I woke up, because in the dream after I stole all of her Fenty beauty, I was so happy. I was just like celebrating, like yes, yes, yes. But girl, right before I woke up, it's like I heard God's voice say, it was like he was saying, you won. Literally, that's the last thing I heard right before I woke up, is God telling me that I won. And I'm like, what did I win? And so that was a really good dream. I don't even know why I dreamed about the ex and whatever. I don't care about that, but it was just a really, you know, it was just a really good dream. Well, not me stealing, you know what I'm saying? Not me stealing her stuff. The Fenty, you know, I love Fenty products, but the part of me stealing, that wasn't, I'm not saying that was the good part of the dream, but just having a dream reassuring you that you won, you know, because I feel like it's been a long journey. And I won. I feel like maybe let me stop saying I won. I feel like I had a test and I passed it. So yeah. All right. So this is maybe a little bit of a glimpse of how the hair is going to look. I was hoping to get more of a wave, but again, it's not completely dry, but I just love this. Y'all let me know if y'all like this cute little wig, girl. Baby, what Nene say? Bye, wig. I love it so much, y'all. I don't know, I'm kind of into like the shorter wigs now. They're just less maintenance or whatever. Now I just kind of slapped it on today, so that's why y'all don't see my part looking as defined. But you know, when we get up tomorrow and get dressed and stuff, I'll of course define it a lot more. And plus, I'm gonna be honest, I'm waiting for I have to send the sponsorship off to the company, and this company is nice. It's nice working with them, but they don't like the wigs to be like too defined or whatever. Like in the parting area, they kind of like it to be like more like teased in the area, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I didn't want to get too much in depth until they approve the sponsorship. But once they approve it, baby, you know I'm gonna put the shamalama ding dong on this bad boy. We're gonna have it, the C part real deep. We're gonna have it defined. I'm gonna cut a little bit of the baby hair right here, baby. We're gonna chop and screw this bad boy up. But anyway, so yeah, this is real cute, you know. But anyway, girls, I don't want to ramble. I actually need to go ahead and edit this. Let me edit a sponsorship really quick or whatever, and then I'll give you guys a call back.